Hello, this is Kalgath, and I'm playing some adventure mode here. It's been a little bit since I have played, so don't exactly remember where I'm at following the quest line. But let's take a look here. Open up the quest. Is room for clear all the enemies in Dinosaur Crater. Okay. Oops. And then what is yours is mine. I believe this is the story quest. Travel the mountain biome to so I believe that we're heading down this way. Oop, we clipped into the city. Blazing Peak. So we're heading down this direction. Um, so we're just making our way. This must be where we need to be. Sir Donovan's directions were very precise. You find the mining operation without much trouble. There is, however, an obvious sign of trouble when you arrive. Specifically, the sign which has once been designated as the Sidril Shard Mines. It has been painted over with a crude copy of a skull and crossbones seen on the pirate flag that has been strapped to the top of the sign. Pirates. Your average pirate is probably just going to be following orders long enough just to find some grog or loot, but there is always a captain somewhere steering the ship, so to say. Okay. Well, let's grab this. That was some money. And is this like a bigger dungeon? Interesting. There's a right there. Dig site engineer. I have this in a commander deck. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, you may pay 2. If you do, create a 0/0 construct artifact creature with this creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. Mine worker can tap for gain 1 life. If you control the other workers, you gain 3 life instead, and then Urza's mine. Okay. You're all mining themed. There's a pirate there. More gems here. That's everything here. I'm gonna fight this pirate. I don't exactly remember how our deck is. Oh yeah, that's right. We are black-white life gain. We don't have a early play. Oh yeah, we do. We have a turn 1 play with Healer's Hawk. It's a 1/1 for 1 with lifelink. Okay, we'll keep this, and then we'll play our Healer's Hawk. And then past turn, they play a tap land. So we get to go in. So first things first, we will swing in. And then we will post combat, play our Snarl. And then we have to reveal a land to do that untapped. And then we can do this at flash speed, so we will. They're destroying my Aladdin's Ring. That's totally fine. I wasn't going to use it anyways. And then put a land into play. I did not flash in my creature. Oops. I clicked fast too fast. But that's fine. We'll get some life gain there. Except for they will deal 3 damage to it. Okay. I'm gonna play this 4-drop first, and I want to because it'll get the it needs to see the life gain from the Healer's Hawk. And then it gets a +1/+1 counter. They're gonna destroy it. So this has whenever a creature dies, return on another target non-bear card with mana value less than or equal to this creature's power from your graveyard to the battlefield. So it'll get my other creature. Yeah. I don't have to. It automatically does it. So, and then they play a 1/1, and then this 1/1 can exile 2 cards from an opponent's graveyard. It explores. Okay. Play a land, swing in, and then we'll play my High Society Hunter, which will give me a life. Chandra Torch of Defiance, which they'll deal 4 damage to my Hunter. Okay. I will attack Chandra with my Healer's Hawk, and then attack the pirate like that. And then I've been playing Chandelar. If I double click it, automatically casts a spell, but it doesn't do it here. Okay, 2 Stormkirk Blood Thieves out, and then they both will trigger since the opponent lost life, and we'll get the +1 counters on there. Direfleet Captain, it's a 2/2 for 2. Whenever it attacks, get us +1/+1. It gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each other attacking pirate. Okay. And a Deadeye Tracker. We'll play the Vengeful Blood Witch in case one of our creatures dies here, because it could be double blocked. And then we'll go to combat. We'll swing in with everything. And we did get a double block here. We'll assign 1 damage and 2 damage there. And then the Vengeful Blood Witch will trigger, giving us 1 life and draining them for 1. And we're pretty much... we can pump our Vengeful Blood Witch. I'm going to do that. We pretty much got it. Yep. Great. Get 3 cards. March of the Drowned, a 1 cost. Turn target creature card from your graveyard to your hand, or return 2 pirates. Great. Fathom Fleet Captain and some money. We'll go down here. Why don't we fight the bird? I want to see what their deck is like. We haven't fought a parrot yet. We'll be on the play. We have a Plants in a Swamp. We have our Johnny's Pride Mate. We have a removal. I think we'll keep. And we'll play the Plains first. And we're just hoping to draw land on... Yeah, next turn would be ideal. And we'll play our Johnny's Pride Mate. They foretell the guard. Here we go. Never didn't have it. Attack and with the Johnny's Pride Mate. Dealing 2. And then we have removal here. We don't have a... Hopefully we draw another land. Preferably a white source. They put a Birds of Paradise in. Great card. Wow. I think we swing in with the Johnny's Pride Mate. And then we play the Exemplar of Light. We kind of wish we had a little bit more life gain. They play Rampant Growth, searching for an island. We're going to play the Snarl tapped. Go to combat. Swing in for 5. They'll block. And then we'll play our other 4-drop. They play 2 birds. And then they return the Exemplar of Light to my hand. And they swing those birds in. Well, Tano's the Toy Maker. Whenever you cast a beast or a bird spell, you may copy it, except the copy is an artifact. And it's a 3/5. I can't attack through that, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to Stroke the Midnight it. And then we're going to swing in. And then they're at 4 life. We don't have anything we can really do with our mana. They destroy the ring. It also does gain them 4 life, which is relevant for them. Wait. Do we gain life? Let's look at that card. Its controller gains 4 life. That was a very poor play for them. Okay. They swing in with 1, thinking that this is going to keep them alive for now. We have 6 mana. We will just swing in. They'll have to block both. And then we'll put our Exemplar of Light back out. And then we swing in for lethal. Great. Give me a Birds of Paradise. Okay, some cards to actually kind of look at here, because these are not cards out of that deck. Okay, so Mortal Kombat, at the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 20 more creature cards in your graveyard, you win the game. Hard to pull off. Curse of Misfortunes. It's a curse, so I can enchant them. At the beginning of my upkeep, you may search your library for a curse card that doesn't have the same name as a curse attached to the enchanted player and put it on the battlefield attached to that player, and then shuffle your library. Okay, so this is like all in on curses. That's cool, but not something. I'm familiar with Gigantha. Gigantha isn't a companion. So it has this deck building rule if you have it in the companion slot, where no card in your starting deck can have more than one of the same mana symbol in its cost. And then it adds Wooburg. That's 1 of each color spent, and it can't be spent to be spent to pay generic mana costs. Vicania, draw apostate. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 4 more creature cards in your graveyard, return it from random the graveyard to your hand. That's okay. It's a 2/3 for 3. Complicate, counter spell. Once they pay 3, you can also cycle it, and you can, when you cycle it, you also counter something. Interesting. Fleshbag Marauder. When this comes into play, each player sacrifices a creature. Very relevant in certain decks. And then Assault Marsh. Okay. These are all, like, interesting cards. We'll play. There's a lot of pirates. Well, I guess we'll just keep going here. This one here, just a regular pirate, not a buccaneer. We have a turn 1 play. We have 2 mana. We'll keep it. We will play our planes, and we will play. Where's that Healer's Hawk? We'll play our Healer's Hawk. And then we got a Sanguine Siphoner, which will help. Okay, we'll play the Swamp. I will get in with that, and then I will play the Sanguine Siphoner. We'll play the Ajani's Pridemate next turn and start growing it. Or maybe we'll play the Dazzling Angel if we get a mana. I'm not sure yet. The turn Buccaneer. This is a combo piece. With the discard, whenever you discard a card, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. And you play things like Wheels, and it suddenly turns into an incredible amount of damage. And so there's other combo-y pieces that you can do with that. So I don't have untap lands, so we'll play the tap land, and then we'll go in here, and this is going to grow. These are going to bounce off of each other, but it does get the trigger that grows the Johnny's Pridemate, and then the life gain off the Healer's Hawk or Pridemate's now a 4/4. Coastal Piracy. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to an opponent, you may draw a card. Nice. It's a good card. Okay, so now we're just gonna do the same thing. and we get bigger. They're just gonna bounce off of each other. The Johnny's Pride Mate's gonna hit him for 5. We're gonna deal 6 total because of the healer sock also hitting, and then the Johnny Pride Mate's gonna get bigger again. And now we play the Dazzling Angel, and we pretty much just got him. What is this? At the beginning of your end step, if you attacked with a creature you discard, you may draw a card, and if you do, discard a card. Okay. We got 4 mana here. We swing in. This is gonna die to that, but we do have Stroke of Midnight that we can cast if we felt like we needed to save our creature. Yeah, we'll do it. We're going to Stroke of Midnight that. And then pass turn. And we can give something indestructible if something actually happened. Fell Flagship. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card. Pirates also buffs your pirates innately. Interesting. Alright. Alpha Strike. And that's it. More pirates. Yeah, so not quite. Blazing Root Walla has madness and can be buffed. Fathom. There's a Basking Root Walla that sees a little bit of play. I'm not sure what. If the Blazing one doesn't for a particular reason, I'm not sure. Fathom Fleet Firebrand. It has fire breathing. It's a 2/2 for 2. Thalicos Mistfolk. It has shadow, and so shadows can only be blocked by creatures with shadow. And then so it also can only block things by shadow. And then it has 1 blue to bounce it to your top of your library. Interesting. Aggression. For 3 mana, target non-wall creature gains first strike and trample. At the end of the controller's turn, destroy that creature if it did not attack this turn. So interesting. I'm not sure if I want to read out every card. I hadn't been, but it's also been a little bit since I played Plunderer. So this is also a different deck. I got a lot of mana. I have turn 3 play. I'll just keep. I'll play my tap land first. And then a swamp. And then a plains, and I'll play my Stromkirk Blood Thief. Hopefully it doesn't get removed. Their Kitesail Freebooter. This is a good card. This sees a bit of play. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals my hand. They choose a non-land, non-creature from it. Exile it until it leaves the battlefield. So they're going to get my removal. Which is... Oh, that's pretty good. I can't cast it right now, but and I can't cast that right now. So it'll be next turn will be the High Society Hunter, and then followed up by Liliana. The Fell Flagship again, which does buff the Freebooter. Play a Swamp, play my High Society Hunter, attack in. And then we'll buff it. We'll buff the Stromkirk. I think 4 is a good place for it. They're going to destroy my destroy target non-merfolk creature. It's interesting. Whenever this attacks, if you control another non-token pirate, it may pay 2. If you do, create a 2/2 black pirate creature token with menace. Okay. I'm going to attack in and see what they do here. They chose not to. So if I say each player sacrifices 2 creatures of choice, he loses both. I only lose 1, and I get my removal spell back. I think I'm going to do that. And then I can play the Sanguine Siphoner next turn, have removal, and then start plussing and getting zombie creatures. I also did get, this has a passive whenever a creature you control dies, draw a card. So my one creature did get me a draw, which is a Felidar Savior. Okay. They play Evolve Wilds, find an island. I will play Felidar Savior. They're going to counter it. Okay. And I'll play the Sanguine Siphoner. And I'll plus Liliana. They're going to Fatal Push my Siphoner. That's fine. Not ideal, but it's fine. Tezzeret. So they control currently one artifact, so this doesn't really help them too much. They did create this Ethereum cell, so now they could do this and put on a little bit of hurt. So I think I want to destroy target online permanent. Oh, I can destroy Tezzeret and play my Exemplar of Light. So I swing it like that first. And then I want to do this before they get the ability to use it. Okay. And then I'll plus here. And great. Captain Lannery Storm. Whenever it attacks, create a treasure. Whenever you sacrifice a treasure, she gets +1/+0 until end of turn. 2/2 with haste. Okay. I'm gonna attack in. They're crewing the Fell Flagship, which does get to eat a zombie, and then the human is gonna. Okay, and then they'll take 3. Okay. And then I do get a card draw off of that. It is a Plains. I will play my bomb, but now I gotta pay 4, so I don't get my bomb. This is interesting. If I minus, they actually lose their ship. But I just win next turn anyways. Unless they get another flyer. So I don't think it's necessary. Yep. Just as we predicted. Okay, Dire Fleet Hoarder, when it dies, create a treasure. Nerd Rage from Fallout. When it enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards. Enchanted creature you have no maximum hand size, and whenever this creature attacks, if you have 10 or more cards in hand, it gets +10/+10 until end of turn. Okay. And some money. Interesting. Do I want to fight the bird deck again? There's a lot of creatures in here. Now let's do the bird deck. Let's just clear out everything here. Seems fine. Be on the play. I only have 1 mana and kind of an expensive hand, so we're gonna mulligan. There's 2 mana. Okay. Select a card to go to the bottom. Cathar Commando. You can go to the bottom. I don't think he's gonna play a whole lot. The bird deck's gonna play a whole lot of artifacts or enchantments. Okay, keep it. So we're gonna play our plains. And then we're gonna play our swamp. And then we're gonna play our 3/1. Or it's actually 2, 3, 4 if this gets removed. No, we won't. We won't play. We won't do that. We'll do these. We want to get the beat on as fast as possible here. So we're just playing it as a 3/1 lifelinker. Birds of Paradise does not kill it. Play a swamp. So we will. We'll play our Blood Witch now. Thieving Magpie. Whenever it deals damage to an opponent, you draw a card. Okay. What do we want? Let's see. What card do we want? High Society Hunter. You can cast that next turn. And we'll just keep back. They destroyed my... what do they use to do that? Nature's Claim again, yeah. Destroyed the Aladdin's Ring. This is a nice thing to have. It just kind of eats up some removal. And to get to draw a card off of that. But I'm going to play... Cancel. I don't want to play the Fiendish Panda. I want to play the High Society Hunter. This might as well swing in. Now I got a 3/5. Thanos Toymaker. I don't like the Toymaker. Okay, whenever this attacks, you may sacrifice a creature. If you do, put a +1/+1 on it. Whenever a non-token creature dies, draw a card. So I'm going to play my tap land because I don't think I'm going to double spell this turn. And play the Fiendish Panda. And then I think we just stay back. And what do I have in there? Grim Tutor and Aladdin's Ring. That, like, I could use this in sacrifice. I think I'm just going to swing in at this point. I don't want to do that. I might do that next turn if you... Okay, I'm fine just taking this damage, I think. Shoreline Ranger. It's a 3/4 with flying. So that does probably block my... I played my Healer's Hawk. I attack in, like so. And then I say yes. And I sacrifice my Healer's Hawk. My Vengeful Blood Witch triggers, and I get my draw. And then I can get my Healer's Hawk back. But I also did draw Liliana. And we do kill 2 of his creatures. I get my Healer's Hawk because of the... Yeah. And I get a bunch of card draw. I replayed my land return, apparently. So I want to play a Exemplar of Light. And then I'll pass turn. And you are pretty much boned. Oracle of the Alpha. Ugh, gross. So this, when it enters Conjure with an alchemy mechanic, the power 9 into your library, and then shuffle. It's really gross, but if he doesn't get a chance... Oh, then he's going to get 2 of them because... The Toymaker. And then he got a Gilded Goose. Why didn't he copy that? He may copy it. Okay, we'll play the Snarl, revealing the plains. we're going to go here. And we are going to sacrifice the Healer's Hawk again. And then they have to block. They do choose to double block here, which is fine. I mean, I'm going to kill one of them. Okay. Play the Ajani's Pride Mate, because that's going to get real big. Play the Fiendish Panda. Play the Marauding Bright Beast. And then we got... They unsummon my High Society Hunter. Okay. Trick's on you. I don't need my High Society Hunter to function. Although I no longer have my life gain off of sacrificing, which I was... Maybe I should have played my High Society Hunter, but now I'm just swinging in with a 6/6. They kind of have to do... There's a play off the Oracle of the Alpha with their Black Lotus. Okay, play my Swamp. You don't have a profitable block on my flyer, so you have to block that. And that means there's 2 blockers. We go 1, 2. So if we just swing in with everything, we win, because at that point we just went wide. Final act. Destroy, choose one or more. Destroy all creatures, planeswalkers, destroy all battles, exile all graveyards, and each opponent loses all counters. Like, when this was revealed and came out last year, people were really high on it, and I've never seen it in Commander. I play Commander pretty much once a week, and I've never seen this card, even though people were really hot, because each opponent loses all counters. Like, experience counters are very much a thing. Yeah. Like I said, people are really high on it, and it just never came to fruition. Okay, so this is going to be our, like, looking at the time, we're going to keep the hand. We can't do a play, turn 1 play. We don't have an untapped Swamp, so we're just going to do our tap land, or untap white planes. Okay. Now we have planes, and we still just want to play our Healer's Hawk, and then we'll play the Swamp. Okay. When it dies, create 2 colorless treasure artifact tokens with sacrifice this artifact. Okay, so wait, when it dies, create 2 treasure tokens. This is right. This Ixalan is like when treasures became like a thing. Okay, so I'm gonna put this Vampire Rogue in? Yeah, this Vampire Rogue, this Stromkirk Blood Thief, and I'm going to basically... Oh, they're fatal pushing my Healer's Hawk. Okay, and I think I have to... He created a pirate token, and I think I have to block there. So, oh, I get the treasure tokens? Hold on. Target opponent. Oh, I'm pretty happy that I did that then. Planes, so I have 6 mana available. I'm going to play this. If I don't, I get my Herald of the Dawn out. If I don't use it any mana, they're gonna get a Stroke of Midnight. That's okay. Because I'm going to now play my Herald of the Dawn. I can Stroke of Midnight if I need. I have two blockers. I can't lose the game. So Direfleet Hoarder, when it dies, credit treasure token. Okay. Oh. Things just got real nasty for you. So we're gonna swing in. And then we're gonna create a zombie. And then you're welcome to attack my Liliana if you want. What's my ultimate? Each opponent chooses a permanent they control and each of each permanent type, and they sacrifice the rest. Oh, so good. And wouldn't you love that last turn, huh? And then I'm gonna swing in with my Herald of the Dawn. Create a 1/1. High Society Hunter. And then pass. Now I'm going to swing in with my flyers. It's 11 damage, so you have to block one of them. Actually, at this point, swing in with my zombie tokens too. Do I want to sacrifice and draw a card? Whenever a non-token creature dies. No, I'm fine. They're going to die regardless. Okay, so a couple creatures died. I basically refilled my hand. They're countering my panda. Which is fine. Alpha Strike. Okay. We're able to swing over the top and just get them at the end. That Direfleet Hoarder. Here's some treasure. So a tap land. Miner's Bane. Gets +1/+, so and trample and turn it's a 6/3 for 6. Crystal Grotto adds when it enters scry 1, it taps for a colorless, and then we can mana filter with it. Okay. All right, I think that's where we're going to call this an episode here. Thank you for watching. In the next episode, we're going to I'm going to walk away from this bird. In the next episode, we're going to continue to basically clear out this dungeon. We'll see you there.